Hey guys, I am Matthias, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. So for a long time I've been making comedy videos and videos to help brighten your day and make you laugh, but at a certain point there seems to be a disconnect between you and me. The bigger my channel gets, the harder it is for me and you to stay in contact on like a personal level. I've tried to do away with this by commenting back as many times as I possibly could, or retweeting, or replying on Twitter. By the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, you should be following me on Twitter. But it still feels like things are slipping just a bit. I want you guys to grow with me in this crazy fun adventure that we're having, and about once a month I want to talk about something real with you. Whether it's something I'm struggling with now or something that I overcame. I'm going to share my experiences with you in hopes that you can somehow find them relevant and useful in your life. And since this is an effort to stay connected with you guys, what better to talk about than the feelings and fear of being alone? Are you scared of being alone? Let's break down the barriers and just remember that we are all human. So, let's talk. So do you feel alone? Are you scared of being alone? What pop culture doesn't tell you is that it is entirely okay. It is okay to feel alone, and it is okay to have the fear of being alone, but more importantly, it is okay to be alone. And you know, not enough people talk about that. Our lives are just so connected these days that it's just really hard for me to remind myself to just unplug and just sit and ponder and just think about life. What I'm driving at here is balance, a theme that we'll probably talk about a lot in future videos in this series. Too much of anything can be potentially harmful. I know I'm gonna get a ton of comments trying to prove me wrong. Yes, even hugs. Too many hugs can be a bad thing. Just think about how smothered and constricted you'd feel getting hugs like every minute or even every 5 minutes. One of the things I learned about when writing is that when you're creating a hero, you list out a bunch of traits that make your hero awesome, and then you push them way, way, way too far. So throughout the entirety of the story, he or she is doing his best to cope with these weaknesses that will soon turn into strengths. So take for instance Spider-Man. His need and strength for helping everybody is also his weakness, because he ends up not even being able to help and spend time with the ones he loves. I find I am most happy when everything is balanced in my life. It's rare that that happens, but I shoot for it. When I've had enough time with my wife, my family, my friends, and myself, enough time connected and enough time alone. We have a really deep-rooted need to feel connected to everyone, and that's totally cool. In fact, I'm probably one of the most connected people that you even know of, but I also love being alone. A lot of people confuse what it actually means to be alone. I'm not talking about just the literal sense of being alone. You can be in a crowded room and still feel alone, or you can be the only one home and still not be by yourself. I find that I used to combat my loneliness with noise. I wouldn't be able to go to sleep without my favorite TV show on in the background. I wouldn't be able to be alone at home without music on in the background. Honestly, I was just scared of being alone with myself. I was scared about what was in my head, what I would find there, and what I would think about. But then I wondered, how can I even know myself if I don't let my mind wander? How could I better myself as a person without reflecting on the choices that I've made and the direction that I take in life? One of the most rewarding parts about my day is to just literally sink back into the abyss that is my mind and let it wander. It's one of my most creative places. I feel like when I'm alone, I discover who I really am, and I'm able to consciously make decisions about the person that I want to be. For me personally, I like to unplug when I'm in the shower. We all unplug in the shower, Matthias. Electronics and water don't mix. No, what I mean is, like, I don't listen to music. I just really ponder about the day that I just had, or the day that I'm going to have, depending on when you take the shower. It's a time when I can't have my smartphone in my hand, and I find that really freeing. Because let's be honest, my smartphone is my addiction. Now, you shouldn't be scared of that place, but you should be strong. We all have temptations and darker thoughts, and that's natural. That's a part of life. But they shouldn't take control, and you shouldn't indulge them. Easier said than done, yeah, I know. I just want you to remember that this series is about empowerment and not accusations. These are my truths and really what works for me. I would love to know what works for you down in the comments below. I challenge you to unplug at least once a day. Now, you don't have to make a habit about it, but just try it. As I said, I'm one of the most connected people you may ever know. I mean, look at my desk. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that some of you actually got something out of this. To stay connected with me on this journey, follow me on Twitter. Those that do know that I am very interactive. Hope to see you there soon. High five.